Anthony Joshua, Jermaine Franklin fight week. Ticket sales have been slower than normal for an AJ show. Even Eddie Hearn has admitted that now. I guess you could partly blame it on the current economic climate, but more than anything, it's down to the fact that AJ's coming off 2 losses. And it's the manner of those 2 losses as well, because he's a big, strong guy, AJ, and he went in there against a smaller, lighter punching opponent, and he was too scared to impose himself. It's a bad visual. Fans want to see a big man fight like a big man when circumstances demand it. And AJ didn't do that, which left a lot of people disappointed. Also in the back of everyone's mind is the fact that AJ got beaten from pillar to post by a short, fat little Mexican back in 2019. And then he ran from him in the rematch. Now, you and I know that short, fat little Mexican, Andy Ruiz, is actually a really good fighter. But again, it's a bad visual. It degrades and devalues AJ in the minds of the public. Some people just want the best of everything. The best clothes, the best cars, the best food. And when they turn the TV on, they want to see the best sportsman, the cream of the crop. They're not interested in the lower level guys. So when they see Anthony Joshua lose a few times, they're saying to themselves, well, he obviously ain't the best. What am I paying to watch this guy for? Other people just want to be associated with success. They think they can share in the glory of your victories. They're commonly referred to as glory supporters. They might have been following AJ before, but once he started losing, they feel like it reflects badly on them, so they move on and start supporting a different fighter. And then you get the Patriots, who are often a mixture of the previous 2. They want to follow and support fighters who make Britain look good. And if AJ ain't doing that, and he's actually making Britain look bad in their eyes, they're going to go support Tyson Fury, Joe Joyce, or some other UK fighter. And you know what? I've got absolutely no problem with any of it. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, so you can spend it on whatever you wish. And if you're no longer happy with the product, then you should feel under no obligation to keep buying it. Tickets for AJ fights ain't cheap. Subscriptions to DAZN ain't cheap. They used to be, not anymore. As a boxing fan, you're putting money in the fighter's pocket. They're not putting money in your pocket. So I've got no problem with fair weather fans in any sport. Boxing, football, tennis, whatever. But back to AJ versus Jermaine Franklin. AJ looks very relaxed in all the interviews I've seen. Looks like a man who's had the weight of the world lifted off his shoulders. He's got this devil-may-care attitude now where what will be will be. Now, that might seem good at first glance, but at the end of the day, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You can be as happy and chatty as you want during fight week, but if you don't deliver the goods on the night, it's all been for nothing, at least from a boxing sense. Now, Jermaine Franklin looks in much better shape the last time we saw him against Dillian Whyte. However, he's currently suing his promoter, Dimitri Salita. So while his body may be in the right place, is his mind in the right place? Some fighters get distracted by this kind of thing, whereas other fighters get inspired by this kind of thing. It lights a fire underneath them and they perform out of their skin. Which one will it be for Jermaine Franklin? Personally, I think he's going to need to perform a lot better than he did against Dillian Whyte if he's to beat Anthony Joshua. I think body punches will be key because AJ don't like it to the body. And he's a big, tall man, 6'6". He can keep you on the end of his jab. Franklin needs to riddle those ribs, tire AJ out, and then set about him with combinations in the later rounds. He's a good counterpuncher, Jermaine Franklin, but he's got short arms, so he's going to need to draw AJ into close quarters to catch him with those counters. And that might only be possible if you take AJ's legs away first. And as for AJ, I think he needs to stick with long, straight, powerful punches and actually try and push Jermaine Franklin back. Don't allow the smaller man to come forward at you and apply pressure on you. Keep him on the back foot. But again, do it at range. Don't get too close when you're pushing him back. Just keep him on the end of long, straight, powerful punches, the way Vladimir Klitschko used to, or even the way Tyson Fury did in the second Wilder fight. Range control is what we're talking about here. And let's be real, only a one-sided, devastating knockout victory for AJ is going to win any of his old fans back. And if he loses, he really is on the scrap heap. And perhaps Mr. Eddie Hearn with him.